All right, hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, maybe you should consider subscribing. It's completely free. I charge nothing at all. Anyway, so let's talk about this. This is an interesting subject, I guess. Um, Manual transmission is on its way out, eventually in time. Toyota is still trying to keep manual transmission available in the next phase of however the chips may fall. I know that Toyota is also working on a hydrogen. No, I'm sorry, not hydrogen. Hydrogen um, manual transmission vehicle, and then they're also trying to implement manual transmission on the EV. I don't know how that would work. It's just not as fun. But we will see how that turns out. But Honda has decided to go a different route. They will not be doing any of those kind of things. So let's go ahead and cover that article. Okay, so here goes the title of the article. Honda doesn't want to simulate manual gearbox in electric vehicles, which I agree with because it still doesn't give you that fun factor, especially when you're driving in EV, which I do. I drive an EV and I also have the Type R. So when I drive the different cars, it's a completely different experience. The Type R is more engaging, in my opinion, because I get to feel every gear and I put it in myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that much more better, and the fact that the sound and just everything else on top of that makes the whole experience amazing, in my opinion. It kind of like the car just it tempts you. It's like, come on, buddy, you want to go faster, but that's also dangerous. The EV, no personalities at all. It just if you want to go fast, you just push the pedal and it goes. It's a completely different thing. Different experiences for sure. Anyway, Honda CEO Toshiro Mayabi. I'm gonna butcher the names. Apologies. It's head of electrification, Shinji Ayoma, recently revealed to Car and Driver that automaker is unlikely to pursue any kind of simulated or artificial transmission for its upcoming EVs. And here's one thing that he also says. I'll cover that right now. Artificially, we can do it. Mechanically, it is not easy, said Ayoma. We refer to fake manual as like an extension of active sound control. He added that he is not fond of those kind of solutions. We don't like them either. Like the fact that they added like artificial sounds in the SI as well as the Type R to make the car sound a little bit better, within the cabin. Not really a fan of that. I think that should be eliminated from all cars. I still prefer just the normal sound of the engine. I don't need any kind of enhancement. And the fact that the CEO actually sides with us, hey, I'm all for that, baby. The executive said instead that they would prefer to find other ways to make the electric vehicles exciting. Better technology, packaging, programming, engineering will instead make Honda's upcoming EVs fun to drive. With maybe, I'm sorry, I just butchered the name, man. Every time. Adding that its electric vehicles would be edgy and distinct from the competition. Yes, they're very distinct from the competition. I don't know if it's in a good way. It just, to me, it's not that much different. It looks like every other crossover, I guess. You can kind of, because to me, if you put the Blazer and this side by side, it's not that special. There's nothing that really differentiates from itself. Now, you have a vehicle like the Ioniq 5, and that's some wild styling that is something completely different, as well as the Kia EV6. Now, those stylings are completely different than we're used to. But the Prologue, as well as the, the ZDX or something like that for the Acura, it's not that special, in my opinion. But hopefully they will be able to wow us on the next iteration, especially the one that they're building with Sony. That partnership, I can't wait to see with that. And the fact that they're going to be selling directly to consumers, I am all for that action. I'm telling you, the dealers can eat rocks and they can go fuck themselves, because I'm all for selling directly to consumers at this point. I'm just tired of the shenanigans. Anyway, its rival, Toyota, meanwhile, appears to be investing heavily in concept of simulated manual transmission for its EVs. The company recently patented a 3-pedal system with virtual gears and a shift lever. Kojo Sato, the head of Lexus, added that he wants his company's EVs to come with some form of simulated manual transmission. It's not the same, especially when you have that, it's not just the manual transmission that's the heart of the vehicle. It's the way the car sounds, the way it handles, the way it moves. You know what I'm saying? It gives it character. It's not just the 3 pedals and we're good, because you can give any car 3 pedals with enough time. The technology can be built, but it's the sound, the way that the car handles, the way that the car moves, and all that in conjunctions, all those things put together just makes a whole better, a next level experience, in my opinion. So to me, it makes no sense for a 3-pedal to be in an electric vehicles, because it's still missing those 3 aspects, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys' thoughts are. Let me know in your thoughts about EVs with manual transmission. Also, my AB said that he wasn't sure if we can replace the manual transmission. Honda hasn't given up the real deal yet. The company plans to phase out conventional engines. Will take until 2040 to complete. Well, they have until 2035 to complete that transition, because that's when ICE vehicles are, pretty much gone. But the fact that Honda did come up with another manual transmission vehicles, even though they did lose one, that says a lot, especially from that standpoint, that the company is trying to move away from manual transmission and push a lot of automatic, because that's what people are buying. If people aren't buying said vehicles, there's no incentive for them to make it. That is why they got rid of the Accord and other vehicles as well too. And the Accord is no longer available in manual transmission because obviously it wasn't selling. They got rid of the Accord Coupe is what I meant to say, because that wasn't selling. And they got rid of the manual transmission on the Accord as well too. And then I think another car that got axed was the Honda Insight. That one was also axed because they're also going to come up with the Honda Civic hybrid, as well as the Accord hybrid that we got a snippet of. So overall, the only cars that they have manuals are the Acura Integra, which they introduced, and then they have the SI and the Type R. So they still have 3 vehicles that they're selling the manual transmission on. Oh, as well as the hatchback. Almost forgot the hatchback too. And then they killed the sedan manual transmission as well too. Oh man, that was a lot of talking. But let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on Honda's move towards, different future, I guess, comparing to their competitor. Another thing that another car or another, different aspect of, how do I say this? Because we not only have EVs, but I think that hydrogen is also an opportunity, especially for, Toyota's, investing in hydrogen vehicles. Honda, not so much, because they've tried it and it just didn't work out for them. So they decided to discontinue their hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. It was the Clarity was their hydrogen fuel vehicle, but they decided to do away with that. I hope that they can come back to it. And I think hydrogen is a really great opportunity for them to see what else, especially in that sports segment, people can still, drive hydrogens. And Toyota is also investing money on making hydrogen fuel vehicles, fuel cell cars that are sport cars, as well as manual transmissions. I think I talked about that in a video before. But anyway, I don't want to keep you here too long. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I appreciate every single one of you guys for subscribing, watching the content. You have been absolutely amazing. And I will see you in the next one.